Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your reading for the month of March or whenever this video might find you. If you're new here, hello, welcome. I'm Jenny. I'm a shamanic healer. I'm a women's coach. I am a retreat host, and I also post these videos here on YouTube, giving you your readings for the month ahead. And we're going to start off with your primary energy for the month of March. And oh, lucky you, we're starting off with the energy of celebration. And look at this. This is card number 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. And what is 9? 9 is completion. And I feel like that's such an appropriate message for you to start off with because we're completing some major cycles as we are in the midst of this eclipse cycle. And I've got to just say, if you can hear the background noise and you saw last month's video, I do have baby chicks in here. In fact, the ones that I've gotten here right now are new baby chicks. The ones that I had last month are now almost 4 weeks old. And these ones are less than a week old. I did change the audio settings, so you might not be able to hear them in the background. But if you do, just know that that's what that noise is. And what a beautiful energy, actually, now that I think of it. You're coming up with the energy of celebration, and baby chicks, they really represent new life and fertility. And I really feel like for you, there's a lot that's coming to fruition right now, and I don't believe in coincidences. So for the baby chicks to be all of a sudden going crazy, making all sorts of noise in the background as we're getting the message for you that it's time for you to take some time out to celebrate this month. I think that is so auspicious, and what a wonderful message for you. Now, as you may or may not know, we do have a major eclipse in the sign of Virgo happening on the 3rd. It's very, very early in the morning, depending on where you are. But you are probably already feeling that energy now. And you are likely also going to feel that energy even in the week after the eclipse. And remember, what do eclipses signify? They signify major transformation. You've been doing the work, and it's time for you to take a look and see how far you've come. I know sometimes when we're on this journey, we can always look at how far we still want to go. I'm definitely somebody who experiences that myself. I've always got big goals and I'm looking at the future, but this card is really saying it's time to just slow down and look at how far you've come so far and really celebrate. When we're in the energy of celebrating what we've already accomplished, what we've already worked through, what we've already healed, what we've already released, it can attract more of that to come back into our life. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into your reading this month. And then in the extended reading, we'll also take it another level even further. But I want you to trust that you'll receive whatever messages that you're meant to receive, whether you are here in the main reading or whether you join in the extended. Now, I will say as well, of course, these are general readings. So if you're not resonating with this message, then I definitely encourage you to check out the other major placements in your chart. You might want to check out the reading for your sun sign, of course, your moon sign, your rising. That's the one that I really feel that I resonate with the most myself. Even your Venus or anywhere else that feels appropriate for you. Now, looking at your primary energy, I also like to look at the different areas where you may want some guidance, some clarity. So let's look at what will be the biggest challenge for the Aquarius collective in the month ahead, please. The biggest challenge for Aquarius in the month of March. And March is such an incredible month for, I feel, all of the signs. Not only are we coming out of this eclipse cycle in the beginning of the month, but we're also coming into the spring equinox, nature's new year. And I'm planning a retreat here in the Okanagan for that weekend. So if you are local to me, make sure you check out the details down below in the description box. For your biggest challenge, I'm getting the limiting beliefs card. So whatever it is that you perceive as your biggest challenge, what this card is saying is that really it's just calling for you to reprogram your own limiting beliefs. Where might you be keeping yourself stuck where you may not actually be stuck at all? I really enjoy calling on eagle medicine when I feel that I need to rise above to see the bigger picture in all of my life circumstances, where I may need to see the bigger picture and also get that eagle eye view, the bird's eye view that allows us to focus on what's important. I've got a video in my shorts that you might see that shows eagle medicine. I came across a couple of bald eagles, and of course I had to film them because it was so exciting, and they just stood there and they actually turned and looked directly at the camera. Maybe you've seen eagles yourself. You'll have to let me know down below in the comments if you are seeing eagles, and if not, then let this be your confirmation here. Every animal spirit, every nature spirit, it comes with different medicine for us, different messages. And not only do these spirits show up for us to give us confirmation and to share their wisdom, their knowledge, their medicine with us, but also we can call on these nature spirits when we are needing that in our lives. So if you find yourself throughout this month feeling like, yeah, okay, my mindset's not exactly there, then you can always call on eagle medicine as well to help you to see that bigger picture. What I love so much about the eagle, as well as any of the big birds of prey, is that they also help us soar high, high above and remind us that our prayers are sent directly to spirit, directly to source, directly to God, directly to the universe, whatever resonates with you. So I'm feeling for some of you that this might be a good time to tap into your prayer practice. And I know for some of us that can be uncomfortable. For myself, I didn't pray for a very, very long time until I was in my late 30s. And then I started praying quite often, and much to the surprise of many of the people in my life, they never expected that I would be somebody who prayed. But ask and you shall receive, right? So if you are struggling with a negative mindset, with limiting beliefs, you can pray for assistance in releasing those. You can pray for assistance in changing your belief system. Most of the time, our beliefs are not even ours, right? Our beliefs can be brought up from our upbringing, from our community, from our family, from society, but it's our job, it's our responsibility to create our own beliefs. And often our beliefs are ever changing, ever evolving, just as we are in our own journey, right? Let's see what will help the Aquarius collective to move through these limiting beliefs. What will help the Aquarius collective to overcome their biggest challenge in the month ahead, please? And those chicks are going crazy again. I don't know if you can hear them in the background. I know last month, you guys really enjoyed seeing them. So maybe at the end here, I'll bring some over. We've got a few more. Last month we had 2. This month we have 3. So I'm going to put some more eggs in the incubator as well. If you guys are into the homestead life too, then make sure you're watching my shorts, because I often post a lot of chicken videos. I got this little chicken here in the background too, my little photo bomber here. What will help the Aquarius collective to overcome their biggest challenge in the month ahead, please, Spirit? Okay, I've got 2 messages here for you. So the first one is boundaries. So you're learning to say no when your soul, when your gut is really telling you to say no, and you're learning to say yes when your soul is saying yes. And this is such a good message for all of us. If it doesn't feel like a hell yes, then it's an F no, really. Like we've got to feel it in our body, especially I'm new to human design, but I'm learning a little bit about it. For those of us who are generators or manifesting generators, it's really important that we do follow that gut feeling. Like it has to feel right in our solar plexus. If it doesn't feel like, yes, I want to do this, then that's a good indication that you really shouldn't be doing it. And when we start to create boundaries, whether it's with other people or even within ourselves, like, you know, my body says, I don't want to eat sugar. It makes me feel like crap when I do. And this is funny coming from me because I am a former macro coach, and I do help a lot of women who are working through their body goals. And I used to say, come on over to the dark side. We eat cookies over here. You can reach your fat loss goals eating whatever the heck you want, which can be true, but you don't really feel great. And my body is saying, no, don't eat sugar. And then when I do, I pay for it. It's like my gut says, no, don't do it, but I'm going to do it anyways. Ironically enough, right along with that, we're getting the nourishment card. We're getting the nourishment card. So setting boundaries with yourself. I really feel that that's what this boundaries card primarily is, setting boundaries with yourself, but it very well could be setting boundaries with other people as well. When we do set boundaries with other people, sometimes people do move out of our lives, right? They're used to us always saying, yes, sure, I'll do that for you, no problem. Or yes, I'll go to that thing, even though your body is saying, I don't actually want to go to that thing. So when we do start to create new boundaries, sometimes people are a little irked by it. They're like, what the heck? heck? She used to always do that. He used to always do that for me. And now they're all of a sudden saying, no, what is up with that? But the beautiful part about setting boundaries is that when we do, it really shows us who is actually for us, who is meant to be in our lives, because those who are meant to be in our lives, they will rise up to meet those boundaries. If people fall out of your lives, well, they weren't meant to have access to this new version of you in the first place. And with this celebration card here, it tells me that there is a new version of you that is here. So that's exciting. Like I said, you're also getting the nourishment card here, okay? So taking some time out for self-care is really going to help you understand what these limiting beliefs are. And when I say self-care, I don't mean like going and getting your nails done, going and getting your hair done. I mean nourishing your mind, your body, and your soul. So nourishing your mind. What are you listening to? What are you consuming? Right now, there is some dark, dense, heavy energy in this world. You open up social media, you open up any website, even YouTube, and we're just flooded and bombarded with so much negativity. And that's very heavy. It weighs really, really heavy on us. And again, our beliefs are not necessarily ours alone. They're made up of society and what we're consuming. Nourishing our mind can also be like, what are the podcasts you're watching? What are the shows you're watching? All of that contributes to our mindset. When it comes to nourishing our bodies, of course, we can look at how much sleep are you getting? How much water are you drinking? What types of foods are you eating? Are you eating enough fruits and vegetables, protein and fiber, really, really nourishing foods? Are you eating too much junk food? Or are you not eating enough? Are you eating too much? Are you moving your body? So many of the women that I work with, and I work with a couple of men too, but primarily women, they're not moving their bodies because we're always in fight or flight, right? And then some of us are stuck in freeze. So we end up sitting there doom scrolling all day long, but your body will tell you what it needs. And so often we know exactly what to do. We're just not doing it. And then when it comes to nourishing your soul, what is your soul actually calling for you to do? Is your soul calling for you to journal, to do some yoga, to get a nice hot salt bath with no phone, to go outside, to meditate, to take a walk in the woods, to take a walk by yourself? I don't know about you, but my soul is always calling for me to be outside. The more time I spend inside, the more my soul is calling for me to go outside. And I know, depending on where you live, it might still be a little bit chilly. I know that we're just coming out of winter into spring, and we're in that transitional period right now where the weather's not 100% just yet. But even when it's cold out, that weather can be so nice and refreshing. Like I said, even if it's cold out, go outside. So how is your soul calling for you to nourish your mind, your body, and your soul? Because really listening to your body, listening to your intuition is going to help you move through your biggest challenge of these limiting beliefs in the month ahead. And I can't help but notice we've got 3 8s here, okay? So card 62, 6 plus 2 is 8. Nourishment is card 17, 1 plus 7 is 8. And then boundaries, we've got 28. So yes, technically that's a 10 or a 1, but there's an 8 in there as well. And what is 888? That's the number of abundance, baby. Abundance in everything. Abundance in health, abundance of wealth, abundance of joy, laughter, fun, play, all of these different things. And I really feel with this celebration card coming up for you, abundance is all around you, Aquarius. You have been doing the work, and we are in the age of Aquarius. So this is really exciting for you. I'm not an astrologist, but I do work with astrologists and I do watch a lot of astrology videos. So I'm picking it up left, right, and center. And I feel like there's definitely something substantial here for you in the month ahead. Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's really expansive energy, and maybe you feel it as well. I know for some, it could feel like, again, it's a little bit too far away, but I want you to really focus on how much closer it is than it was, right? Like where you are today is where you once dreamed of. Aquarius, that's huge. Where you are today is where you once dreamed of being. That is so substantial. Now, again, I will dive deeper into this, in the extended reading, but I'll pull a couple more cards before we get there. If you are enjoying this reading so far, I'd be so grateful if you'd like this video. You guys know how the algorithm works. The more people who like this video, the more people who will see it. The more people who see it, the more likely I am to show up next month. And let me tell you, it was challenging to get here this month. It was really challenging. We are in a retrograde right now, and we will be for the majority of March. So for those of you who have strong Mercury placements, this is definitely going to affect you more than others. And we all have a different chart. So even though Aquarius isn't Mercury led, you may very well have Mercury elsewhere in your chart. And there have been some technological issues, definitely issues with my audio. I've noticed that a lot. I have a 12-week program, the Rebirth program, and inside of that program, I had somebody say, hey, the audio didn't work for this lesson, and I had to go back and refilm it, and that was such a weird experience. And starting these videos was a challenge in itself, and you might find yourself experiencing technology issues in this month as well. The Mercury retrograde ends towards the end of March, but I feel like some of us will experience it for the majority of the month of March, and that's okay. Just be prepared for it, right? Awareness is everything. Awareness is absolutely everything. Let me know down in the comments if you're resonating with this video so far. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet and you are feeling into my energy, I'd be super grateful if you could subscribe as well. It's a great way to support the channel for free. And for those of you who are feeling called to my energy, I have one-to-one shamanic healing events. I also have in-person events for those of you who are here local in the Okanagan. And when you join the extended version, you also get access to the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership. That's a membership that we have on school where we meet at least twice a month. We do a group shamanic healing once a month, and we do a group reading once a month at least. And then if possible, we do get together for more events as well. If you're watching this early in the month, our first event of the month is an equinox event, which is going to be really exciting to be a part of. So let's see what will help the Aquarius collective to align with their highest path, their highest purpose, their highest timeline in the month ahead. What will help the Aquarius collective the most, please, Spirit? You're getting two messages left, right, and center. Look at how these two are like so stuck together. You're supposed to get the both of them. Okay, so what's going to help you the most? Number one, you're getting old soul. So just like I had just said, listening to your intuition, listening to your body with the nourishment card here, the old soul card, what it says is that you have lived many lifetimes before. And you've been accumulating a lot of knowledge, many gifts, so much wisdom from your past lives. And, you know, science and spirituality have come together to agree that everything is happening at the exact same time. So what happened 5 minutes ago is happening right now. What's going to happen in 5 years is happening right this moment. And what happened in all of your past lives is also happening at this exact moment. And what's so beautiful about that is that means that we can access that wisdom. We can access those lessons, those karmic lessons. We can access all of the gifts from our past lives. Maybe you had a past life as a shaman yourself. Maybe you had a past life as a mystic. Maybe you had a past life as a healer, as an intuitive. I believe we're all psychic. Our intuition is just like any other muscle. The more that we practice it, the more that we exercise it, the stronger that it gets. And also, just like any other muscle, we've got to use it or we're going to lose it, right? And if this is helping you the most to align with your highest timeline in the month ahead, what this really says is that you need to access everything that you've already learned in your past life. And this is card number 21. 2 + 1 is 3. And what does 3 represent? Balance. We already talked about that. Balance of the mind, the body, and the soul. So there's definitely a theme showing up here for you in the month ahead. And I know balance isn't always easy. It's like what so many of us are striving for all the time. You might find that you're paying more attention to your body and less attention to your mind and your soul, or vice versa. I know a lot of you Aquarius, you're super intuitive. Maybe you are paying more attention to your spiritual journey and not enough attention to your body and your mindset. So this is really calling for you to access your inner balance. And in addition to that, you're also getting support team, okay? So you don't have to do this alone. You don't. There are many people who are here and ready and willing to be with you. Maybe you already have people in your personal life who are walking this path with you. Maybe you don't. If you don't, then you're more than welcome to join us in the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership. Or if you're looking for mentorship and you're feeling called to my energy, then that's definitely something that I offer. My 12-week programs and my one-to-one mentorship, especially my shamanic healing sessions, those are the absolute best as far as I'm concerned, because in my own personal journey, what's helped me the most is the people who have walked this path with me. Whether that was a coach or a teacher or a fellow healer. I know that personally, I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for them. I wouldn't have opened up my spiritual gifts as much. I wouldn't have been able to overcome my own personal journey of losing 35 pounds. I wouldn't have been able to overcome my scarcity and my lack mindset. I grew up super poor, and now I have a homestead and 12 acres in a super desirable area. I am literally living my dream, and I've got to give credit where credit is due, because I didn't get here on my own, and we're not meant to. I really don't believe we're meant to. I believe that we're meant to work together and help one another. And just as I help others, I have others who are helping me. And just as I'm sure you are helping others in your journey, there are people here for you, Aquarius. There are people here for you as well. This card says 2 minds are better than 1, 3 minds are better than 2, and 4 minds are unstoppable. And that 4 is really sticking out for me. So there may be 3 others in your life that you're really meant to lean on at this time. And they don't necessarily have to be in person. I know for myself, I've been online for 11 years. So I've worked with a lot of people all over the world, whether they are my clients or whether they are my teachers, mentors, guides, colleagues. It's really a beautiful thing. A lot of people don't like social media and being online, but the connections that you can make are so incredible. Most of the people that I've worked with have been online. Most of my coaches, most of my guides, most of my healers have been online. It's very rare that I do something in person, but obviously it's great when you can do something in person. Now, we'll pull one more card for you. We'll get one final message for the Aquarius collective, for your overall energy before we jump into the extended reading. Like I said, you can check out the link down below in the description to join the Sacred Self-Empowered Community, and that will give you access to not only this extended reading, but all of the signs. So you can watch the extended readings for every single one of your major placements. Just to go right along with your biggest challenge of limiting beliefs, for your final message, I am getting automatic negative thoughts. Now, all these messages are just information. And what's so wonderful about getting these messages is that you now have the information and you can work with it. The automatic negative thoughts card says that it is definitely something for you to be aware of in the month ahead. Be mindful of making a mountain out of a molehill. If something happens and you keep thinking about it over and over and over and ruminating about it, it's not going to serve you. It's going to keep you in that lowered vibration. When we're stuck in our head, it feels really heavy. It's just hucha, dark, dense, heavy energy. So get your energy hygiene way up. Energy hygiene for me is 3 steps. You may have heard me say this before. Number 1, cleanse your energy. I like to cleanse my energy with bells, rattles, drums, definitely smudging different herbs. I love white sage, but you could also use things like juniper, cedar, lavender. I love agua de Florida. I think I've got some here. Oh, I don't know where it went. I did have some here. Florida water is really, really powerful at cleansing as well. Step 2 is grounding your energy. You already got the message to go outside. So I definitely think that is going to be something that's really powerful for you in the month ahead, Aquarius, grounding your energy. You can also ground your energy with visualization. You can cleanse your energy with visualization too. So closing your eyes, visualizing those roots going down through your seat, through all of the construction materials beneath you, visualizing those roots going down deep into Mother Earth. And we can also ground with different herbs as well. I really love Palo Santo for grounding our energy. And then step 3 is protecting your energy. And that one's the most individual. I got prayer for you earlier. So prayer could be a beautiful way for you to protect your energy. Some people like to create some chi with their hands and create somewhat of like a bird cage around their bodies. Some people like to use different crystals for protection. Some people like to call on different spirit guides and allies. We talked about ego medicine earlier. Grandmother Jaguar is very protective, calling her in, asking her to stalk you like she stalks her prey, keeping you protected, keeping you grounded, keeping you nurtured, just like any great grandmother would, right? All of our grandmother spirits and grandmothers in this lifetime, they do have a natural protective energy to them. You may or may not have a protective grandmother, but generally grandmothers are very protective. So call them in. I will be taking your message into the extended. I hope that you'll join me there. Have a beautiful month ahead, Aquarius, and I'll see you on the next video.